Welcome back. This is your boy, The Real Charlemagne, B.R.I.C.K City Show, where we build and enrich intelligent culture, keeping it simple. Um, hey, people out there, I appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe my YouTube channel. All the platforms that I'm on, Audible, Spotify, all of those, like the audio. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. A lot of you guys have downloaded everything. Comment, go to the website, www.brickscityshow.com, and that's bricks with an S. Follow me, let's conversate, let's talk. If you want to talk about something, hit me up. Hey, open book here. Let's chat it up. Like I said, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of the above. I'm there. I'm on TikTok even. My kids got me up there, so what can I say? But today we got the infamous blogger. He's a good person. I just met him recently through a mutual friend. He's doing his thing, got a lot of following, a good following, and some people has blocked him, because like I said, he gonna tell her like it is. Like we say in the country, T.I. is. So without further ado, the infamous Tion. How you doing out there?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me, man.
I'm great. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and let's work our way up to how you got into the blogging sense.
Oh, yeah, a story. All right, I'm Tion, but I go by Tiani Kardashian Spears. Tiani Spears for short. Sometimes I don't want to use the Kardashian. And I've actually been blogging since high school. Like I started in 2006, and I didn't really started getting into it until like the middle of 2000, like early 2007. And that was because of Kim Kardashian, actually, which is why I'm such a big fan. When she and Ray J came out with that tape, I was like, who is this girl? And I just found myself every morning before school getting on a computer and going to get, this is when Yahoo was popular. I used to go to the Yahoo search.
Okay.
And I used to just type in Kim Kardashian, just like I wanted to know what she was doing every day. And I just started incorporating her into my MySpace posts on Fridays. I used to do my MySpace posts on Fridays.
Hold on,
Before
pause. MySpace.
I told you high school.
You're telling your age now. You tell your age right now. But, but go ahead, continue.
I'm not that old. But yeah, I started blogging on MySpace. So every Friday I would do like a weekly roundup of like some of the biggest news of the week, mostly like things that happen on 106 in Park, because that was the show. And yeah, like I started writing about Kim Kardashian and the things that she was wearing and what she was doing that day or that week. And that's really how I got deeply into blogging. She made me realize that I love celebrities and I like giving my opinion about them. So I started doing it as a hobby. It wasn't until like Twitter back in 2009 though, where I was like, okay, oh, it's called blogging. I'm a blogger, and there are other people that do this, and there are other websites. So it literally fell into my lap.
Oh wow, that's awesome. One of those great stories, because I know people tend to do better things when they're passionate about things. And like you said, it took that little tidbit of you following an individual to say, okay, this could turn into something big. And right now, Instagram, you have about how many followers right now?
I just hit today 76,000 followers.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. A lot of people take, they look at numbers and they think, they're considering worldwide, but for one person to gather those type of people, and how long have you been on Instagram and really just pushing what you're doing?
Instagram is still a baby. I launched Instagram in 2019. And in January it will turn 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it will make 2 years of Instagram. It's still a baby.
Right. You got 76. That's amazing. Hey,
And the goal was
applause
just
to you.
5. Thank you. I appreciate it. The goal was just 5,000 followers. But when I hit that after like 3 months, I was like, okay, this is moving quicker than I thought. And by the end of the first year, I had like 10. And it's
Wow.
just been going up ever since. It's a major blessing, and I'm very appreciative of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, not to give away all your trade secrets, but how did you, like you said, those increments, like you said, you was looking for 5,000, but you ended up with 10, and then a 10 probably doubled, and then you up to 76,000. What are some things you did strategically to create following, and get those followers?
Well, for the most part, the main thing that I've always done, which is what made me start blogging, well, taking blogging seriously in the first place, is that I treat it like a conversation. So literally everything that I write is like how you and I are talking right now. My post is kicking off the conversation, and I'm turning to you and I'm saying, oh, so Beyonce and Jay-Z are out here in Italy and she's wearing this, $5,000 dress from Versace. Would you wear a $5,000 dress? And it kicks off the conversation from there. I want all of my readers to feel like I'm that friend or that cousin or that neighbor that when they're sitting down and they're bored or they're kind of sad, they come to me and they're like, I wonder what Tiani has to say today, or
Okay.
how does Tiani feel about this? So I always treat my posts as conversations, and it just strategically wise, combining that and just learning the proper times to post and learning the audience, learning what they like, learning what they're looking for every day when it comes to posting. It was a little tricky at first because I still do have an actual 9 to 5 job. But
Mhm.
with that 9 to 5 job, for the most part, I am able to sit down at a computer all day. So because of that, I was like, I was able to find the proper moments to post and create a rhythm and find a way to get everybody in throughout the day without singling anybody out. Because I know I
Gotcha.
have readers that like I have readers that like reality TV stuff, but I also have readers that actually care about certain artists and they want to know what their favorite artists are doing. So I have to mix, and then of course you have the fashion lovers, which
Right.
is also what I am. So I have
Okay.
to cater to everybody throughout the day, and
Right.
it was a little tricky, but I think me and my team finally found a way to make it work.
Yeah. And so I think that being personable, I think that's a, a, a testament to you and, just seeing the things, some of your posts and like I said, it's a conversation and it's back and forth and people tend to value you more when you're personable, and that's a testament to you. And like I said, you're doing what you enjoy doing, but at the same time, this is building your business as well. And how has that been working for you as far as the business side of blogging? I know you started out as a hobby. So how did
Yeah.
you transition your hobby into a business? How did that take transport?
It took it's still transitioning actually.
Okay.
But it took some time. I had to really, it all starts with the audience. Like once you figure out what the audience like, you can figure out the next move. And there are always other bloggers, and I like to say that I'm not in competition with anybody. I will work with any blog. I will work with any blogger. I give credit where credit is due. Um, it's all about networking, and I make sure to network with other blogs. And once you do that, they share your content. And a lot of the times there are other blogs who don't get a chance to actually write. So they pay you for your content to be posted on their blog, which also helps with exposure. But
Oh.
I have a small team. And when I say small team, I mean like there are three other people. There's
Right.
myself and three other people. And
Understand. I mean, but you got to start somewhere, you know, but that's the thing. It's like you're getting to the point you understand you can't do it all. So you're building a team to say, hey, you know, can you help me with this, do this. So you kind of just spreading it out a little bit so you don't spread yourself thin, so you could continue to provide what the people want. And that's
exactly
good. That's good.
That's actually been a little hard too, because I always felt like I can do it by myself, and I don't really need a team, but everybody needs at least one person where, you know, they help you keep up with stuff, because I do have a lot of things going on, and you know, sometimes I'm not able to get to a post, and sometimes I'm not able to write things, and it's just good to have people that want to see me be successful and don't mind putting forth the effort and helping me to reach those goals, because my goals have become their goals. And it's been great to have that small structured team that also says, look, Tiani, you shouldn't have said that. Or, you know, you're
checks and
focusing on
balances,
this, and you should be doing that. Yeah, like, and you know, they do that to me. And I get mad at them sometimes about it because, you know, they come at me and I'm like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, I'm very appreciative, because it's good to have those type of people around you that aren't just yes man. They call you out on your BS. They let you know, like, look, you need a break, or they call you and say, you could have wrote that better, or this is what you could have said, or you need to change that. It's really good. And we're like a little family, and I love them so much. I try to thank them every chance that I get. I tell the readers all the time, like, you guys see me and you see my posts, but you guys don't know that behind me, I have 3 amazing people that if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't even written today. Wow. So it's a team effort. It's really a team effort.
Yeah. So well, at the moment right now, let's go ahead and give us where people could reach you, all your platforms, your handles, everything, so people can reach out to you. Let's reach that real quick, and then we'll get right back into the interview.
That's a lot. You can follow me on Twitter, which I really don't tweet a lot, but it's at Tiani Spears. That's TEONNYSPEARS. You can find my personal Instagram at Tiani Spears, TEONNYSPEARS, or Tiani Kardashian. They both pop up. The blog itself is actually Some Like It Hot, which is SOMELIKEITHAUTE__. There are 2 underscores in it. I don't know why I did that. And on Facebook, you can find me at Tiani Spears. You can find me at Tiani Kardashian. And you can also find the Facebook blog, Some Like It Hot, under SOMELIKEHAUTE. No underscores there, though. So.
Got you. Appreciate that. I mean, like I said, we want people from this audio and the visual to be able to connect with you and listen to your product, you know, because
absolutely,
in all essence, this is a product, you know, and we're appreciative of you doing what you do. You know, it's a lot of people, you know, we're in our community, you know, it's like, well, I don't want to do something because somebody else is doing it. And sometimes we'll shut things down because someone else is doing it, but it's like you don't have the same audience as the next person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you said, I like what you said in the beginning. You're not in competition with anyone. You're doing it for you. You know what I mean? And then your fan base is built off of you and your personality, not because you're trying to be someone else or, you know, copy someone else's style. You're being who you are. And I think people, you know, enjoy that a whole lot more than you trying to say you're, you know, someone else. I'm not mentioning any names, but you know, but this is good. But who just as a one of these aha moments, who has blocked you on Facebook or any platform because you made a factual blog about them?
There's so many.
And look, if the list is longer than 5, just stop at 5. But
oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. The first person that ever blocked me was Joe Budden. And that was interesting. There's been Joe Budden, there's Nene Leakes, Nicki Minaj, Erica Mena from Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, Alexis Sky from Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta and Hollywood. Cardi B actually, and that hurt my feelings when she did it because I like Cardi B, but I know why she did it. She did it because I was talking about Offset, but that's just a few of the people that I can think about from the top of my head that have blocked me. So Cardi, if you see this, please unblock me. I love you.
Hey, look, here's a question for you though. Who's the first person, quote unquote celebrity wise, that hit you in your inbox, your back channel, whatever, and said, "Hey, can you just chill out? Can you take this post down?" Who was the first person that you realized you was like, I'm actually stepping on some toes? Who was the first person?
I think the first actual person to do that was Ray J. Back in like the middle of 2020, because he was going through his breakup. I posted about him and his now ex-wife, Princess Love, breaking up and fighting at the Soul Train Awards back in I think it was 2019, and the post went viral. And he came into my inbox and he was like, "How did you even get this information? And you're taking her side, and you don't even know what's really going on." And I was like, "Okay, Ray J, like, firstly, I can't believe you're in my inbox. Secondly, enlighten me. Like, let me know what is your side of the story, because I want to tell the people and they deserve to know." So that was really one of those first moments where I was like, people are actually reading, like celebrities actually see this stuff. Like I tried to be calm, but like I was really shaking on the inside, but I had to come back with my response. Like, look, first of all, you are not gonna sit here, Ray J, and talk to me like, yeah, it was funny. Ray J was the first person that did that. And he didn't block me. He said what he had to say. I posted about it, and I can still go to his page right now for now.
Right. But so on the flip side, did you retract your statement? Did you retract? You didn't retract?
I didn't retract
the
statement.
Did you kind of jazz it up a little bit to get Ray J off of you, or you just kind of just like, Ray J, this is what I do. I'm gonna continue to do what I do.
I think Ray J is one of the celebrities that understands how blogs actually work. Like, if they don't put information out there, blogs wouldn't get them. So he understood that. I think in that moment, he is like, everybody was just against him at that point. And he was like, no one was really trying to come to qualms with how he felt. And I gave him an outlet, and he told me what he said, and I put it out there for the people. And the way that I wrote it was, granted, all of this is going on, but Ray J himself specifically told me this, and I put it out there. He liked it, and people did get to see his side of the story in that moment. And I think that was important to him too, because he didn't want people to just feel like, well, this is how I feel about it. Because a lot of the times with stories, when it involves other people, it's only one-sided, so you never really get to hear the sides of everybody else. Exactly. And I wanted to give him that moment. That was a major moment for me, because the blog was still just like 7 months old at that point. So like the fact that I had a celebrity in my actual inbox,
right, I
was like, this is going to be an opportunity for both of us, and it worked out really great.
Good. I'm happy for you. I'm glad they ended in a positive note. So now on the flip side, look, I had a clever thought on that. So on the flip side,
let me adjust.
Look, on the flip side, so who hit you in the inbox in a negative manner and was like just coming at you just straight hard, and you just didn't back down from them, regardless of their celebrity status?
Erica Mena. And that happened earlier this year. Like, she misread something that I said, and instead of going back. But I get it now that I look back at it, because she was so mad with what other blogs were saying that she thought that I was saying the same thing and I wasn't. So I can kind of see how she misread what I said. But the way that she came at me, I was just like, first of all, you're a D-list celebrity. You should be grateful that I'm even writing about you, because I mean, you're really not someone that I should be writing about. It's not like you're Angelina Jolie or anybody.
Right,
But we got into it. Like we really got into it so much that I ended up on other blogs.
What?
So yeah, like I ended up on other blogs, and people were messaging me and they were like, "Oh my gosh, I saw you on this page and I saw you on this page," and I'm like, when did I become the people that I write about every day? It was so weird, because I'm used to hiding myself. I'm not going to say hiding, but I like to keep that mystique about myself. So when all of that started coming out and I was getting all of these posts on other blogs, I'm like, this is interesting. And it worked out because it also helped with exposure for the blog. But at the same time, I was like, I kind of feel bad about the situation, but I don't like the way that she came at me. So I really don't feel that bad for her, because I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
So fast forward to the fashion side of what you do. You mentioned fashion. So is that a hobby as well, or is that something that you're really intrigued and actually looking into, jumping into that arena?
Fashion is actually truly where my heart lies. When I was a kid, my parents knew I was going to be one of three things. Either I was going to be a reporter, because I used to walk around with this karaoke machine every day asking, like, how was your day? And I'll be back with more questions. And I used to draw when I was a kid, and I was always sketching my own clothes.
Okay.
And they either thought that I was going to be a fashion designer or I was going to be an artist. And actually, if I think about it, it's kind of both. But I'm a fashion stylist as well. I don't get to focus much on fashion because blogging takes up so much time.
Right.
But whenever I do get to, and I do have a couple of clients locally that I deal with weekly who hit me up, and I do personal shop for people.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's really something that I love. I just love to make people feel good.
Gotcha.
And especially being a big boy myself, I want other big guys and, plus size women to say like, hey, just because you're plus size, that doesn't mean that you can't dress well. And I show them that you can do this just like that person over there can, and just like that dude over there can, who's this big. Like, it's all about execution. And I like to show them that. And whenever I get the chance to go anywhere or go to any event, I make sure to take a picture of myself and post it personally. For those who know me personally, and for fans who are getting to know me personally, so they can know that outside of celebrity news, I also do fashion. And it's also part of the reason to why I do detailed fashion posts. And I do fashion reviews for the award shows. Like, I do the red carpets for the Emmys and the Grammys and the BET Awards and the Oscars. And I do it to entertain, of course. Like, a lot of it is just shade. But there are, if you go, like, but I like how you said that. It is. Like, I really do it to entertain, because I just really want to make people laugh. But if you go through all of those.
Hey, but look, we got to be real. Some of that stuff they be wearing is definitely not.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Horrible. Just from my perspective, I'm not even a fashion. I'm a t-shirt and sweatpants dude. But some of that stuff, I'd be like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. And like, it's
somebody told you wrong.
Exactly. And there are moments like that, but then there are moments where I see something and like just understanding that fashion is is the best type of design and architecture there is. It's movement, it's design, it's creativity, it's all of that. Like fashion is really an architectural art. And sometimes I can see things that people be like, what is she wearing? And I'll go through and I'll break it down and they're like, wow, I get it. I still don't like it. But I get it because you explained it in a different way that I would never understand it. So I just think that that's important. And those are the posts that I really love.
Were you self-taught as far as your fashion sense, or was it like you did some studying? Or how did you come about knowing?
It's a little of all of that, actually. When I was a kid, I used to watch my grandparents get dressed to go to parties and go to football games and events. And my grandpa, I tell people all the time, is the smoothest man that I know. He has Stacey Adams shoes, he has Gator boots, he has leopard pants, leopard shirt. Like, he is a really crisp, clean cut guy. And as a kid, I used to watch him and my grandmother and my mom and my dad and my stepdad. Like, I used to watch them get dressed and go places and put things together. And, as a kid, looking back, they gave me those moments where they would put out a shirt or something and they'd be like, which one do you like best? And, I would pick and I would say, oh, you should wear it with this, or you should do, these type of shoes, or maybe you should put this hat on. Like, I look back at that and they were encouraging me to do that. And they still do. Like, my grandmother comes into the room every other day, sometimes when I don't want her to, but she comes in and she's like, so what do you think about today? Or should I wear this with this? And I'm just like, I really just want to watch Harry Potter because I don't get to. And this is one of those rare moments where I have free time, but I love that they allow me to exercise that. And my mom will call, or she'll say, oh, I'm going somewhere and I need you to come down here and pick me something out. Like, it's so feel good. But I used to read Vogue magazine when I was a kid, and I used to read GQ magazine, and I read Cosmopolitan, and I used to get the JCPenney catalog. I feel so embarrassed for what I'm about to say, but I used to get the JCPenney catalog, and I used to cut out the people because I was scared to ask for a doll, and I knew that they would say no, and I just wanted to dress the doll up. So I got creative with cutting out the people from the JCPenney catalog magazines and cutting out their clothes and mixing them and matching them together. Yes, I used to do that. So, but when I was in college, I also studied wardrobe, and I also studied journalism. So it's all the same. It's self-taught. It's studying. It's paying attention to other people, watching other people's style, and seeing how they dress, and trying to figure out the mood that they were in. It's all of that.
Got you. Wow, this is an awesome story because, like you said, you pretty much almost knew when you was a kid what you were going to be now. You know what I mean? And it's like you build on that.
It's funny because, like, I just remember a lot of my classmates saying, like, oh, I'm gonna be a basketball player, oh, I'm gonna be a football player, and I used to say, oh, I'm going to be a TV reporter, man. Or, oh, I'm going to be a person, a dresser person. I didn't know what it was called then, but as you get older, you sit back and you look at this stuff and you're like, wow. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and I'm like, what did you want to be when you grew up? And she was like, an astronaut. And I'm like, what's stopping you? And she was like, I never really thought about that. And it made me wonder, like, how many people, when they were a kid, say, I wanted to be this, I wanted to be that. Like, how many of them actually did it? I'm not really doing it to a major degree, but I'm still doing it. I do dress people. I do fashion, and I'm not on TV yet, but I am still a reporter, man. So like, I still get to do that stuff, and it makes me feel good.
I say that sometimes. I say sometimes, certain households, those are your first dream killers. Certain homes people come from, they tend to put a glass ceiling on their kids at an early age. You can't do that. You can't do this. Instead of encouraging them, you could be what you want to be. But you got to put effort. You got to put effort into it. But you can be what you want to be, but it's a lot of families sometimes, and that hurts a lot especially in our community as blacks. Sometimes it's just like, we are first dream killers at home because, generations before us wasn't afforded the opportunities that we have now. And sometimes
Exactly.
they don't understand the shift that is in the making, and the shift that has happened over the course of their lifetime. But sometimes they're stuck and they're like, well, you can't do that. You can't do this. Or, it's just a testament to you and others that's listening to this, that, you know, this person right here, Tiani, said early in life, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm gonna do it. And took it upon herself. Self-taught, a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Self-taught
Yeah.
people. Look, this is self-taught. So it's like, be yourself and be who you want to be. And and like I said, he's still growing. And that's the whole topic of today. It's like he's still growing his blog, and his blog is just blowing up because, well, you just got 1,000 people in like a day. Because you was just at 75 the other day.
I was just at 75 the other day. I was just at 75.
You was
It's
just at
true. It's
75,000 the
true.
other day
I was
because
at
I
75 the other
looked,
day.
because something you posted about some the other day, and I looked, and you was at 75. So, that's a testament to you, and I hope this conversation will encourage others, to follow their dreams and go after their passions, because it typically is going to pan out a lot better than, you still have, like you said, you still have your 9 to 5, but you never gave up on what your passion was. And a lot of people feel like
Exactly.
they don't want to make a sacrifice. They don't want to make a
And
sacrifice.
I would like to add, like, and even though I just hit 76,000 followers today, like, if something happens tomorrow and Instagram, and not saying that it will, but if Instagram shuts down and I have to start over on another platform, I don't mind,
Right.
because I know that I can do it and I know what I want. I know that, with determination and hard work and with my team, that I can do it. So
Right.
I have, and of course, whenever you write something, you have the people in the comments, they're coming at you and they're saying this and they're
Right. Right.
saying
Right.
that. The team tells me not to respond, but sometimes I can't help myself.
Right.
So
Right.
I respond back. And, a lot of the times my answer is still the same. Like, at the end of the day, if this blog gets shut down, I'm going to launch another one. And if
Right.
that gets shut down, I'm going to launch another one. And if that gets shut down, I'm going to launch another one. I might have to take a break in between
Yeah.
to regather myself, but I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. And I think that makes a lot of people realize, like, wow, he's not doing this for the fame, which I wasn't. Like, I never thought about becoming, quote unquote, a celebrity in
Right.
my own right. When I
Mm-hmm.
launched this, I just like to talk about celebrities, and I want to make people laugh. So, like, I have no issue with with starting over from the bottom, because I've done it before,
Right. Right.
like 6 7 times. So
Right.
I mean, this is like my 8th time around. And I
That's
mean,
persistence. You're being persistent, and
yeah,
that
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
it pays off. Um, now look, just talking from one creator to another creator. Let's talk about these platforms. Um, it took you said 2 years to get to this mark you at now. I know other people that been in the game a lot longer haven't even reached that milestone. And how in this 2 year period have you noticed a trend? It's like once you figure out algorithms and postings and how to get the growth that you want, it's like,
Oh yeah.
do you feel that it feel like it's almost designed to reset it so it'll slow you down so you won't become that viral consistently on a consistent basis? How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's a way for social media platforms to basically cater to the bigger blogs, the bigger influencers, the bigger creators for the
Mhm.
most part. Like at the end of the day, we, the ones who have been working really hard, who are still trying to build and establish, we're getting the short end of the stick because all the algorithm changes are made for those bigger corporations. For me, it's just a way for me to say, okay, watch this. You
Gotcha.
guys can change. Let me figure this out. Let's
Mhm.
have a team meeting. What do we need to do next? This is what we used to do, and this is how the numbers look. This is what's happening now
Right.
because they changed the algorithm. I keep going. I don't
Okay.
let it hold me back.
Yeah.
I don't. I get frustrated. I'm not going
Right.
to
Right.
sit
Right.
here and say that I don't because you, I, with creators we put in so much, and I don't
Exactly.
think people realize that. Like they see the bigger ones, like I was just talking about, and they see what they do, but they don't look at the smaller ones that are like, okay, we're still getting our feet wet, we're finding a rhythm
Right.
and the rhythm stops, so you have to go around it and find a whole different rhythm. And once you figure that out, it stops
It stops
again, and
again.
you're back
It's
at
a
the
never
drawing
ending
board.
story.
Like for me, it's just a way to further prove myself and say I got this and I can do it, and I know that eventually it's going to pay off. I I hate when and Instagram does it the most. They are the worst when it comes to the algorithm, especially when they shifted things from appearing like right when it happens to doing it like I can write something today and people won't see it until next week. And
Right.
Facebook has started doing the same thing, but I keep telling myself, like, okay,
Right.
okay, watch this. It's frustrating, but
Yeah.
I just look at it as a way of like it's like a rock being thrown that
Right. Right.
I
Right.
have to dodge, and once I dodge it, let's go. I know another rock is coming.
Right.
It's just all about when is
Trying to
it going to
transition.
show up.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. Well, man, we're about to wrap this thing up, but I really appreciate your time and last minute, the person that was actually going to be on this week came down sick. It's a
Oh
lot of people.
wow.
Yeah, unfortunate. A lot of people out here, it's going around. People, y'all have to be safe. Just be safe around your friends and family. It's tough out here. I want to see everybody healthy. I'm the type of person I want to see everybody thrive and do well. So just definitely be safe out here. When you're out here doing things. But I'm not letting you off the hook because I need a nugget for a young blogger or an older blogger just starting. I'm an older podcaster, so I'm just starting in this game. So
Yeah.
what
It's
what
never too late.
what do you get to what nugget would you give to a person starting out in the blog arena and feel like you said every time they figure it out something shifts? What do you suggest that they do?
I think the first important thing is to make sure that even if you have a small team like myself, make sure you have at least one other person to back you up because we always say, oh, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. But eventually, there's going to come a time where you want to take a break or you're going to need some rest. Like, it's important to have someone that you trust and that's in your corner that wants to do something and make changes and want to also see you win. It's important to have that one person. So make sure you have at least one. And I say, figure out what you want to write about or figure out exactly what it is you want to do. If you want a podcast, what does that podcast want to be about? Do research on it. Look at other people that are doing it as well and take notes. I was lucky enough to have a lot of people in my corner who were already established that would send me things and would say, you should do this or try this. And I remember watching an interview with Raven Simone where she was like, she used to look up when she got her TV show that's a Raven on Disney. There was her moment where she could do the things that the people she grew up admiring doing, like
Right.
Cara Burnett and and Lucille Ball. Like she was like, that was her moment.
Right.
So to find that niche, you have to find people that you admire that you could not really, I say, steal from, but just incorporate into what you're already building.
Right.
And
right.
once you figure that out, keep going.
Got you. All right, one more time. Let's give them all your platforms before we go so they can reach you.
It's so many.
You
can follow me on Twitter and Instagram personally at Tiani Spears. You can follow me on Facebook personally at Tiani Spears. And my blog is Some Like It Hot. That's SOMELIKEITHAUTE__ on Instagram, and just Some Like It Hot on Facebook.
Got you. Hey, once again, congratulations to you hitting that 76 mark. Hey, look, if you get 7601, that's an improvement from an hour ago.
Right? Look, I'm going to check it and I'm going to let you know what it says.
That's an improvement, because it's all about, we, as a creator, at first, I was looking at it, I was like, well, I'm not a creator. And then I started creating a following and I was like, people listen to me,
Yeah.
and so it's like
you wouldn't think it, but like there's always someone out there that's looking for something, and you never know until you do it.
Exactly.
And once you do it, you find. I always say, if I could get one person, and of course they come at me again, these are the negative comments in the post, and they're like, "Oh, your post only has 18 likes," and it's like, all I wanted is one. Exactly. As long as I know that one person read it, I'm good.
You're good.
And it starts from one. Like, one doesn't seem like a lot, but one means so much at the same time, because that one person ends up going to another one person who goes to another one person, and it just keeps stacking. And you set yourself a goal, and again, if my blog only had 100 followers, I would be happy, because I know that I have people that are reading it. I know that I have people that care about what I have to say about these celebrities and all of the crazy things that they go through every day.
Right.
And because of that, that's what makes me keep going. And it's important. And I'm saying it to you, like, as long as you have 10, 15 people, that's a reason for you to keep going. Don't look at the number like, oh, this isn't a lot. Look at it like, okay,
exactly,
this is what I have.
And that was me.
If you were a teacher, I was
like, I only got like one view today, and I was like,
but think about it. If you were a teacher and you were in a classroom and you had one or two students in there, they're listening to you and they're taking in what you have to say, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Exactly. Eventually, it's going to grow, and once it does that, you just got to keep going.
Exactly.
But make sure when you grow, you keep the core people that started with you. You make sure that you continue to cater to them, and you don't change too much to where you lose them, because they are the important ones at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I see that happen to a lot of people. What's the old saying? You Hollywood now.
It's true. Like someone told me that the other day, and I'm like,
hey, you Hollywood now.
I completely get why they would say that, but like at the same time, once your followers or your readers or your subscribers grow, you have to grow along with them too, but still stay true to who you are and what you started for. My whole thing is, I just wanted to make people laugh and give celebrity news. So I try to stick to that. I don't want to be one of those people that's just like, oh, I gotta be first. I gotta be first. I gotta be first. I gotta be first. I used to be like that because I was really hungry for what I was doing. But now that I'm a little bit more established, I mean, like I was telling the team the other day, they was like, we sent you that an hour ago. And I'm like, well, it's not about being first. I want to make sure that what I say is what I say,
Right.
not what everybody else is going to say. I want to make sure that when my readers read it, they know that it's coming directly from Tiani.
Right.
They know that this is what Tiani said. This is how Tiani feels. He's not going to change his mind.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to go with it. If you come for him, he's going to come for you back. I mean,
right.
That's it. Like that's important.
Got you. Well, it's been a pleasure. It's been an awesome information session. I mean, because like you said, you know, it's a lot of people. We both have followings, and now, like I said, we cross posting. You know, and that's what we got to do more of. And
yeah, we
more
definitely got to do
networking,
more of it.
networking, collaborating. That's what I'm all about.
Absolutely.
And
we got to hit that clubhouse.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yes. But anyway, people, hey, it's been the real Charlemagne, Brick Cities. Don't forget to subscribe, YouTube, and all my platforms. Hey, leave a comment. Like I said, I'm not as harsh as Tiani. I'm going to try to be nice about it. I don't want nobody to block me. But no, I'm just playing. But yeah, hit me up.
Look, I threaten them all the time. If y'all don't like my comments, I'm blocking you and I'm reporting you as spam. I do it all the
time. But anyway, look, it's the real Charlemagne. Once again, Happy New Year to you guys. I'll see you next week. Hey, I ain't going nowhere, so get used to seeing me. All right. Good night.